We'll see. We'll see. Awesome. Let's do this. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Doing good.
Doing great. Doing awesome. You guys doing amazing.
Yes. I'm so
Already. It's already. Sorry, I got you. I had my energy up to here, and you were like, okay, let me get back up there. Let me get up there.
Sorry, I'm getting there. I'm coming back.
You got this. You got this. You were like, I always tell all my guests that they can go and get some snacks and get drinks. And I can definitely tell that you were not there at the time. So it was like, I'm ready. I got this. I got my stuff. Let's do this. So it was good. This is good. So what'd you grab? What'd you grab? I got water.
I just got more water.
You have this lovely freaking like ice cooler in your room that you were telling me about that have saved your life multiple times. But can you remind me how much that was?
$170.
That's a lot of money for a refrigerator in your room.
But it's nice. It's nice. I'm not gonna say I regret it because it has saved me.
It saved you. Like I'm streaming. I can't stop streaming. I must have water. Which is a nice cold.
That's literally exactly how it goes. Yes.
Exactly. You should be a sponsor or like do ads for that thing. Like how it like saved your life from so many hours of streaming.
Yes, and I want them to make a custom one with just my VTuber face all over it. That would be just amazing.
Like you have some really good art. I did look at some of your art, and your art looks really good. But you want just like your PNG of just your face.
Just the PNG of the model, like no fancy art. Yeah, just the PNG of the model. Just
reloaded.
All over.
It's reloaded right next to each other. Yep. I was like, you sure you don't want to have like a really nice art piece? You could probably do some really cool stuff. Have some like yellow neons. Like no. Just layer out that picture.
Yes.
That'd be funny. I would love to see that. That'd be funny to just do that. Like if you're so famous as like a content creator and all you ask is like, hey, we could do this really nice, impressive art. Nah, just do PNGs of like low res cringe face of mine just on everything.
Like unironically, if I was big enough, I would do something like that because that's so funny. Why not?
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. One day, I'm gonna write that as my notes. That one day I will do that. I will be so cool. I'll be able to do that.
Yes.
I love it. Hello everyone. This is a fun little VTuber talk show we like to host each and every week where we get to know our brand new VTuber. This week we have a very lovely, strikingly fast VTuber over here. How about you introduce yourself to the very few people who might not know who you are?
Hello everyone, I am a very recent VTuber. I just started like a few months ago. I started back in March, and now as of recently I hit 1K followers on Twitch, which is pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
1.3K technically, which is kind of crazy. I'm a cyber biker, but it's pretty much like I'm like a cyber themed VTuber that likes to ride on motorcycles. That's the concept here. So.
Concept. I see. It's very cool. I just didn't know that you only been going on for a few months. That's so impressive.
Yeah, I started in March 17th. That was when I officially came onto the scene. It was completely scuffed, but it was very fun.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, you must be doing super well for yourself. You've been climbing pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's very, very nice growth. I'm very, very happy with it. And I'm also very happy with the community I have made so far. They're so awesome.
They all seem pretty nice. They all seem pretty cool. They're very supportive. I really like that. I would love to get into more of your brain on how a newer VTuber has joined the space. Because let's just say that for being a newer VTuber here, you've been climbing pretty nicely, but it is kind of hard to climb nowadays in the 2025 scenes compared to like the 2020s where a lot of VTubers have started. So it's kind of interesting to get your point of view on what it's like to start during the newer part of the lifespan of VTubers, because a lot of people are starting nowadays, which is actually really cool.
Absolutely. That's awesome that you asked that, because I've been actually thinking about that as of recently. I'm going to be very honest. I'm not going to act like I don't get jealous sometimes of VTubers that started in 2020 around COVID, where everyone had to stay inside, because that's a one-time thing. That is probably not going to happen within my lifetime ever again. So that's a one-time thing that I missed out. And also, I was like in middle school at the time, so it's not like I could become a VTuber anyway, right? So there are times where I'm like, dang, if I was just like 20 years old when I was during COVID and became a VTuber, I would be so good right now. But yeah, but regardless of stuff like that, I always try to do things that are within my control, right? Obviously, it is harder now because more people are getting into it, which I don't see as a bad thing at all. I love the fact that more people are getting into VTubing, but it is rough competition. That is for sure. It's very rough, but I kind of take it as a challenge. Like, it's a challenge that excites me. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I have to compete with all these people and it demotivates me. No, I see it as a challenge to climb, and it gets me excited every day. Nice. That's how I see it.
That's a good thing to say. That's a good mindset to be in, you know. There's a lot of people are either take it two ways. It's either like, oh wait, I'm not climbing as much because I started too late, or some people will take it away as like, you know what, I might start pretty late in my journey compared to other VTubers, but I'm going to take that as a way of just being more challenge and being able to be the same level they are, but a lot less experience. You know what I mean? Because when you jump into the VTubing space now, which all support for the VTubers who jump into the space around this time, it is a little bit different than if you started around 2020. Around 2020, it was kind of the Wild West. No one knew exactly what they wanted to do or how VTubing was going to be, so they decided to like do what they best they can do. And some have risen, some have fallen. You know, this is how it goes. But nowadays, you have a little bit more support and a little bit more understanding of what does well and what doesn't do well, you know? So you guys, when you jump in, yeah, you're competing against people who've been doing it for many, many years, but you're kind of standing on the shoulders of giants in a way, because you guys are able to learn from all these people who've been doing it so well. So you already have a leg up on the competition. It's kind of interesting to think of it both ways, you know?
I think one thing I want to mention is the fact that I feel like in a weird way, this is actually a really good time for VTubing, right? As you mentioned, you can learn from other VTubers, because even though they started earlier, they had to face the Wild West, right? But now there's kind of a little bit more structure in the VTubing community, which I kind of see. Well, there's more structure in the VTubing community, but at the same time, there are a lot of barriers in the VTubing community that are starting to break as well. So I feel like this is actually a really nice time to actually like really be yourself as a VTuber, because on one hand, you have enough structure and you can take from others and kind of start doing their start with what they've done. But as certain walls fall down, you can start doing like there are so many times where I'm like, hey, I know this is a part of the VTubing culture, this is what you're supposed to do, but let me do something different, right? Let me do something different that makes me stand out. So I feel like in a weird way, this is a really good time, because back then, if you didn't do certain things as a VTuber, you weren't really a VTuber, right? But now being a VTuber can encompass so many more things that it didn't back then.
Very true, very true. And I agree with that 100%. And I think that's going to help you out in your long run too. You know, I think you have been climbing pretty well. A lot of people really love to see you and your model and your design, but also your humor, your comedy, and the way you carry yourself. So it'd be cool to see you grow. I can't wait to see what more you can come up with. You know, he's going to hit the ground running, or like get on the bike a lot quicker, right? In your sense. Hello, yes. Ender. I do not know what you're saying. I think it's Russian. I have no idea how to read that, but thank you so much for the follow. You take it easy.
Hello.
I will not be able to respond to what you say, so I do apologize, but I still hope you enjoy your time. But yeah, and also hi, honey. It's great to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, no. Well, for those who never come to my show before, we're gonna be asking 15 questions to our lovely guests to get to know them a little bit. We're gonna ask them questions like how they first got started, some fun facts about them, some things they like to stream in content, and we're gonna go into the design of their models. sit back, relax. Hope you have the most speediest hot dogs you can have. I don't know what's a fast food, like fastest food like, in the window. Yeah, burger. It's a fast food. So have it. Okay. Make sure you have a good fast food burger. Keep up with our pace. I hope you enjoy the show. Be good. But yeah, no, it's just really interesting going back to what we were talking about before. Because it's really cool to see like newer VTubers coming into the scene and doing pretty well. And would you say that when you first started, did you have like an idea of what you want to do by looking at other content creators and how they do it? Or did you have like no idea what you want to do? You got a model that you just really liked and you just started. You just wanted to go live and you've been just streaming and making content since March. Is that something been going on?
Ooh, okay. I got a lot to talk about with this one. So I would say this is very complex. It's a mixture of having things planned and kind of going with the flow, right? I think one of my biggest strengths is that I'm a very analytical person. I've always wanted to do YouTube or like content creation of some kind ever since I was like a kid, right? So like I was on YouTube, I was watching Minecraft Let's Plays and like horror games and stuff like that. So I knew at a very young age that I wanted to do some type of content creation, right? But I didn't know how that would manifest. Skip a few years and I learned about the concept of VTubing and I'm much older. So even though I'm still kind of dumb, I can kind of think a little bit. I could kind of put two to two together. I'm like, whoa, right? And I also like anime. So for me, it felt very natural, right? Oh, I get to be a content creator and I like anime and VTubing is just putting those two things together. Boom, right? So it just so happened that when I wanted to get into content like when I felt like I could get into content creation, that's when I discovered VTubing, right? Because it's so convenient too, because I didn't know I didn't know if I wanted to show my face. I didn't know if I wanted to be like a PNG tuber. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I definitely didn't want to show my face, right? But I also felt like I didn't have the skills or editing skills to make like a very captivating PNG tuber like channel. And so when VTubing came around, I'm like, bam, it's literally perfect. It's literally perfect, right? But the thing is, I'm like I said before, I'm a very analytical person. When I say I was into YouTube, I was a very young kid, like watching those videos. How do you get more views on YouTube? Like, how do you increase SAO? How do you improve your thumbnails and title? Right? At a very young age, I was already into that stuff. And so when I discovered VTubing, I pretty much did the exact same thing. What do the top VTubers do? What's a corpo VTuber? What's an indie VTuber? What's the difference? What are the pros and cons? All that type of stuff. And so I kind of came in with content creation with a plan, right? I took all the knowledge of the content creation and I took all the knowledge that I was able to absorb with VTubers and put them together, right? So I actually did have a rough plan going into content creation before ever pressing the go live button, right? But there were definitely certain things that I had to wing it because I'm also a perfectionist, right? And whenever you're a perfectionist, it's very hard for you to start something, right? And when, like, for example, with debuts, even though I knew a proper debut was you having like a whole slideshow and you had like your model all done, all that type of stuff, for me personally, because of my perfectionism, I had to like start without having an official, like really nice debut, because I'm one of those people that if I just don't start, I won't start at all. So in those certain cases, I had to wing it because I know my personality. I know that I can really harp on things and make things take longer when they don't need to. So that's why I say that it's a combination of having things planned, but also having to wing it as well.
Nice. I like that. You know, it's good to have that kind of stuff. And you are 100% correct. You need to make sure you have a plan. But as a content creator, you learn how to like be very like on top of random events that could happen to you. They always say that improv class is one of those things that every single content creator should take, because you never know when you have to on par like improv something really quickly. You know, something might have just happened to you, and then you're like, okay, well, I have to still be a content creator, so let's bounce off of it, kind of stuff. You see a lot of content creators do really good job at doing that, and some of them get a little nervous and they don't really know how to like act and how to do certain things. So yeah, being able to have a plan is always good. Also, it's good to be able to like be spur of the moment kind of stuff. That's always good.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to get into the first question of the night for me. I will always go off topic and talk about random things because I think your situation is very unique compared to some of the VTubers I have on my show. Most of the VTubers I have on my show has been streaming for about a couple of years now. So to get kind of like a fresh person coming on the scenes and like seeing how they look at things is actually pretty interesting. So that's why I wanted to ask you a couple more questions, but we'll still go into the rest of the questions. But first, we got to go to our fan favorite questions, which is based off a spin the wheel redeem. So chat can redeem a spin the wheel redeem, and a random question will pop up on here. So you ready for the first question of the night?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to the first question, which is from Bucky, who is the mascot. Who's going to be asking you the question of, we're going to get a controversial question for you. First controversial question. Is a taco a sandwich?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's hear it. Oh, snap. She's been ready for this. She's been waiting for this.
This is my time.
Oh yeah. You've been waiting for this. The entire life is all led up to this moment.
Yes. All right. First off, a taco is one piece of like bread or bread-like thing, technically, right? So it cannot be a sandwich. A sandwich is two different pieces of bread or something equivalent with things in between it. With a taco, it is all connected, so it's not a sandwich.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Follow-up question. What if you were eating a taco and that little part breaks? Does it turn into a sandwich?
Well,
I think I just destroyed her mind. It's like, no, I wasn't ready for this. I don't know what to do.
Wait, can we curse on here?
Yeah, you can curse.
Shit. Well, I guess in that particular instance, it would be a sandwich since it broke off. But if you get a taco how it was originally, it's not a sandwich, right? And as a
it turns into a
tacos,
sandwich.
Yes, you can turn it into a sandwich, but tacos as a concept, if they are just perfectly there, no one has eaten it, no one has touched it, is not a sandwich.
Wait, two more examples I need to throw at you to mess with your brain a little bit, okay?
Okay.
One is a hoagie, a taco. Technically, hoagies are just one piece of bread that just has a slit, and then all the meat and stuff goes into it. You eat it like a sandwich. You know what a hoagie is?
No.
So, like, have you ever been to like Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's?
Yes.
So those sandwiches are considered hoagies. Like that part of the bread is not cut off yet.
Uh-oh. I gotta think about this.
It's a lot more harder than just the basic ones, you know?
Well, the thing is it like, so it's like there's like a piece of bread that are connected, but most of it is just not.
Another question I want to throw at you is technically a pizza slice a taco, because it is one piece of the bread, and some people do fold it up like a taco to eat it. Is a pizza a taco?
Yes. If someone was to come up to me and be like, "Hey, pizza is a taco. If you eat it like that," I would be like, "You know what? You're right. It is a taco."
All right. Well, hey, you're saying it now. You're saying it now. A pizza a taco. Pizza is a taco.
Pizza is a taco, guys. We have.
That confirmed, guys. Yeah, revolutionary, guys. The pizza is a taco. Spread the word, everyone. Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Well, you know what? I like your answers. Very good. Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. Just want to throw some wrenches into that mind of yours, which is always good. It's always good. Now, with my first question of the night, you kind of answer it in the very beginning. And so, what do you want? Why did you want to get into content creation? But what do you like about being a VTuber specifically?
For being a VTuber, the first thing is, and a lot of VTubers will say this, is because of privacy, right? Like kind of like how I was explaining before. Even as a kid, when I was interested in content creation, I wasn't a big fan of showing my face, right? Because I don't know how, because as a kid I was kind of dumb, but I'm like, when you're like showing your face, anything you say reflects on you, obviously, because your face is right there. So if you say something that's a little or a little that's attached to your face, right? But as a VTuber, I can say anything I want. I can be as sus as I like, and no one will know who I am.
Yeah, no, like right off the bat, when I first called her into my show, she thought it was a completely different show. I was like, Miss, I know we have the couch. I promise you, it's not that kind of show.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You over here like I got this ready. I know how to do all the fun stuff and all like that. And I'm just like, Miss, we're just talking, chatting.
You promise after hours.
After hours stuff. After hours stuff. That's when all the fun happens. But but with that argument, just to throw another wrench into your brain. You do have a brand that you are like representing on yourself. As someone who has a VTuber model and who has a brand, and the theme goes for it, you still represent that brand. So you still have to kind of worry about the kind of things you want to say, because you have seen on the Twitter space of people who, even though they've never showed their faces before, they have ruined the brand of the image of their VTuber from some of the things they have said or done in the past. So even though they don't see their faces and their face is not ruined, the brand that they made through their VTubing still was destroyed by some of the actions and things they've said.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Just because your face isn't shown, that doesn't mean that you don't represent your brand. Because I absolutely agree. If you say some things that are not appropriate or anything like that, and your brand gets tarnished by it, that's just the consequences of your actions. But the thing is, for me, if you like do something so crazy that you cannot redeem yourself on the internet, at least you can still get a normal job.
True.
I think that's what I meant by that. You could still get a normal job, you could still all that type of stuff, right? But when you reveal your face, if you ruin yourself on the internet, you have ruined your prospects on the internet and in real life. You've done both at the same time, right? At least with VTubing, if you get into controversy and you can't recover from it, you could still live a somewhat normal life. But if you show your face, it's going to be hard to live on the internet and live your normal life.
Okay, I can see your point. You know, like you won't have to worry about getting a job. Like you won't be able to go over and like get a job at somewhere. If they see your face and like, hey, you're Logan Paul, aren't you? Yeah, I'm not going to freaking hire you. You know, I don't like all the things you do. But if you're a VTuber, no one knows at all what you've been doing unless you like tell them that you're a streamer, and then if like that. Now, on the vice versa things, wait, hold on. Robo says, it's like a secret identity. No one knows who you are, but you're not immortal. Nothing is truly unbreakable. Like Bruce Wayne and Batman. Exactly. You like Batman.
I'll take it.
I know, we like Batman. VTubers are like Batman. You heard this here. You heard this here. VTubers are Batman.
I wish I was a billionaire though.
That's true. We don't have that though. We don't have that.
That would be nice.
But also the flip side of things, there's some people who have face cams who like maybe did something they're not supposed to do on the internet, and now they're ashamed of the internet, but they can turn into VTubers and be able to still do the things they want to do.
Yes, I actually have seen that. I never thought about it going the other way around, but it actually kinda is possible. Like there are some people that have done horrendous things, but they turn to a VTuber and it's like they're a completely new person, quote unquote. Right? And like I didn't know it could work the other way around, but people have clearly proven that it could.
Yep, true. Now I guess that's just like a way to just think about it, that kind of stuff. But the main thing you're trying to get at is that the great thing about being a VTuber is the anonymity words are like being able to be anonymous on the internet. You know, you don't have to show your face. You don't have to show who you really are to the world. you are representing yourself as a model, the puppet that you control, and making a brand. So like, yes, and that's a cool thing about being a VTuber. A lot of people do like that.
But the second thing I like about being a VTuber is the creativity that comes with being a VTuber, right? Obviously, you could be very creative as in like a IRL like YouTuber or streamer, but the creativity that I've seen in this community is like no other, right? The amount of fan art, the amount of different concepts, even though you can have like a thousand like Fox VTubers, right? You can have a Fox healer, you can have a Fox demon slayer, you can have a Fox nurse, like something like that. Like the amount of creativity and art and just stuff like that I see in this community is just so special to me, because I love art. I love art, and I am an artist myself. Not the good one, but I'm working on it, right? And so being able to surround myself in a community that values creativity and art and stuff like that means more to me than like I can ever express.
True, 100%. And I think that's the great thing about VTubing is no matter what you say about the VTubing community and the sources, I think VTubing has helped with the artist community, because you can't have one without the other. You can't have VTubing without amazing artists that's also helping out with the creativity of releasing a model or art for the brand of that model. You know? And I think that's really cool.
Absolutely.
You know, I can't wait to see them do more good stuff. More good stuff. Be good. Now, tell me a little bit about your VTuber model individually. Like just your model yourself. Do you have a lore backstory? You are a cyber biker, right?
So I will say, sorry, need to get my laundry here. There we go. I will say my lore is still in progress, right? Because I genuinely want to treat it with a lot of care. Like there are some like many different VTubers have different feelings about lore. There are some that just kind of have lore just because they have to, quote unquote, but then they don't do anything else with it. There are some people that incorporate their lore deeply into their VTubing. For me personally, I'm kind of on the more like I want to incorporate my lore deeply, but I haven't really thought about it because I tend to overthink things a little bit. So there are some things about me I can say, but like in terms of like a full scope of my lore, I wouldn't be able to say it because I'm still working on it, right? But there are a few things I can say. So as I give off, I live in a cyberpunk dystopia. So you got people having like cybernetic arms and legs and body parts. You can't see it, but my legs are completely cybernetic. So just half of me is just, and also my eyes as well. That's why they are yellow. That's why they're an unnatural color, because they are not. They're not the
real
natural ones. They are artificial ones. Yes. Yes. And so, and I also ride around in a motorcycle. So if I need to fight or get away or anything like that, I got a motorcycle to do it. Right? Kind of think of like, you know, like Tron.
Yeah, they're Tron.
Right? Like think about some like I don't even have a motorcycle concept yet, but like let's use our imagination. Let's use our imagination. Like think about like a Tron, but also very like gritty, like motorcycle. You just put those together, that's what it would look like.
I want to see you do the Kira slide. You know what that is?
Yes. I
want to see you do the Kira slide.
To do that. Yes,
I would love to see you do something like that, and then maybe have it as like a follower like redeem. You know how you have like a gift up here that does for the followers. It'd be cool to see like a slide into frame with the Kira slide. You know. With your model.
Are you in my walls? Because I'm getting a raid alert, and it's me on my motorcycle.
Ooh, no, I'm not in your walls.
How did you know this?
No, I just have interviewed so many VTubers with so many interesting, amazing designs that sometimes I think of like cool designs for them, and they're like, oh my god, it's such a cool design. So let's just say I was inspired by so many amazingly creative people that now I'm just creative just by association. It's kind of works, right? That totally works.
That's
totally
so
works
cool.
Right?
Totally.
Well, if you want to, you get to show off your full model. If you want to show your like in the middle of the alleyway right here, you can move your model so we can see them legs. You guys want to see them legs?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see the legs? Hold
Them
on,
legs.
let me.
Look how cool they look. You know, I also think of like the cyborg from like One Punch Man. It kind of reminds me of those kind of legs, you know?
Yes, so this is the full body, full on.
That's so cool, right? Yeah, I love it. I love it. It looks so sick. I could imagine like a Laura backstory. Like you were riding a bike and your legs got blown off from some kind of rival gang you were in or something like that. And now you have to have cyber legs that are only designed for the bike that you drive. Like no one else can ride that bike. Only you can because your legs like attaches into it. And that's why you can only drive around with it or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I completely forgot to mention that. You're actually half right. My legs were removed from me, but they were actually cut off. Right. So someone cut them off.
Gee.
And someone gave them to me, and now I have these legs.
The rippers.
I completely forgot to mention that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, it's something you forget, you know, every now and then, you know. Yeah, oh yeah, I totally forgot that someone stole my freaking legs and gave me robotic ones.
Yes.
That just slips my mind sometimes. It happens.
Oh my! And also the amount of jokes in my community because of my lore is absolutely amazing. I was just talking to my friend yesterday. We are just talking about something, and they made a joke, and so I pretended to slap my knee. And they said you don't have any, and I was like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't have anything. Yeah.
Crazy. Like I have them. They're just artificial now.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't make the slappy sound. They make it like a
a dong,
like a metal sound. You need to have like a piece of metal like in your room. Just so that when you slap your leg, you can make that sound for ASMR purposes.
Or like get the metal pipes every time I slap my knees.
Yeah,
the metal pipes.
I would love that. A clank, exactly. That'd be so good.
Oh my god.
Good ideas. Write these down. Write these down. It's perfect.
Yeah, write it down. Write it down. I won't be able to remember it, so write it down.
Exactly. So Dragon King. Hello, Dragon King. It's good to see you. He was curious. What type of motorcycles do you?
Ooh, I gotta go with the sports motorcycles, right? And I know that's probably like a basic answer, but they just look the nicest. They look so sleek. They look so cool. And I actually, once I get enough money, I actually do plan on getting a motorcycle in real life.
Do go for it. Life. Are you looking for like a Ninja, or like?
I looked at Ninja. I looked at Kamaha. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think. Oh shoot.
Kameha
motorcycles.
Kamehameha.
I think
yeah, I have
I think it's something like that. It's like Kamaha or like
Kamaha. Like it was the Kamaha like 9. Hold on. Wait, I'm looking. What was it called exactly? Oh, I'm thinking. I'm looking at it.
Kawasaki.
Oh, Yamaha.
Yamaha, Kamaha.
Yeah.
Sending all the good vibes.
Totally the same thing. Totally the same thing.
Totally the same thing. Oh yeah, totally the same brand.
I think I was looking at the Yamaha R. Was it the R10 or the 7? I think it was R7. Right, and I want it to be like a matte black.
Ooh.
Because black is my favorite color.
Black is a cool color, and then you might have some like yellow neon, so you like zoom.
Yes.
Very cool.
Now
very
I
cool.
will say it. Thought about it. On one hand, like having a yellow neon would be very cool, but then I feel like I would be very identifiable.
You're not wrong.
If I was to put something like that, like if I say, "Oh, I have a motorcycle and it has like a yellow stripe in the middle," and then I go out into the world and someone sees a motorcycle with a yellow stripe, they're gonna be like, is that that one VTuber? So on one hand, I do want to do it, but on another, I don't want to be identified. So I
will say that I don't know if you have to worry about that. There's a lot of people who ride bikes with yellow stripes on it, so I think you should be fine. I am pretty sure, like. I'm not saying that you won't be famous in the world, but I gotta say, I don't think you're going to be that so well known where anyone who sees any bike with yellow lights on it is going to be like, oh, it's that person.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, And honestly, I think that's a good spot to be around. Like pretty good on the internet, but not like in real life. I'll completely take that. I don't need to be like super famous. I don't need that.
Awesome. But with that said, we have another spin. We have Dragon King who would like to ask you another question. So let's get another spin going for you guys. Nice spin. I'm curious, what is your favorite meal in the world? Like food? Favorite food? What do you like to eat?
Favorite food? Goodness gracious.
No, he says all the hard-hitting questions.
Favorite meal? I used to say it chicken Alfredo.
Ooh, that's
but I feel like it's now like grilled cheese, just because it's just so simple to make. Like when I want to eat something, but I don't want to take like 30 minutes to make it, I just make a good grilled cheese.
Dude,
I always put multiple cheeses.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Always do that. Have some chips. I'm not the biggest fan of tomato sauce, but maybe some tomato sauce, or not sauce, soup, and then boom, right there.
Boom. Actually, that makes me really want to have a grilled cheese sandwich. But I used to make some really good ones, so I might have to do that. You got me craving some grilled cheese. Got me craving some grilled cheese.
Okay.
Now the spin question is favorite Pokemon. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? I feel like there's a Pokemon that I think you would like, but I'm not gonna say it. But there's a Pokemon that I think symbolizes your design style pretty well.
Yeah. So for me, I have a Pokemon that I like, and then a Pokemon that I think would represent like the style. Like I feel like if people are looking at me, like my model, they're like, okay, maybe like a Pikachu, or maybe like a what's that? What's the one? He's like he's like an armadillo looking, and he has like the ruffs around his neck.
Like Sandslash or a Sandshrew?
I think that's what it is. I'm not a Pokemon person. I don't know any Pokemon besides like the basics. So
you should look up a Pokemon named Umbreon.
Umbreon. Oh, Umbreon. Wait, that sounds familiar. Hold on.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Is that you remind me of an Umbreon trainer or something like that?
Umbreon Pokemon. I think I know what you're talking about.
Especially on Twitch. Twitch gets a lot of slack. All the slack. Too much slack.
Okay. Actually, I actually agree with you, right? Because I have a lot of black in my design as well. So like that yellow and black. You know what? I'm gonna be very honest. I've seen a lot more of this Pokemon than I've actually wanted to see, if you catch my drift.
Oh! Look at you over here, sus as ever.
That was not... I'm sus, but not with Pokemon. Like, that was against my will. I blame Twitter.
Sure.
I blame Twitter. I do not look it up, I promise. I promise. It just comes to me, and I have to be like, I'm not interested.
Over here, not a Pokemon fan, but totally knows what Lola Bunny is.
Well, everyone knows who Lola Bunny is. Wait, whoa. Lola Bunny?
You see what I did there? You guys see what I did there? I didn't even need to say the Pokemon, but she knew exactly what I was talking about. She knew exactly what.
Everyone knows that Pokemon. Everyone knows.
Oh, really?
That Pokemon. It's very funny because I actually did a Pokemon Smasher Pass like a while ago.
I knew you would. Oh my god! See, exactly.
People wanted it.
I rest my case.
Okay.
You're a successful Pokemon.
Oh my god.
And you see that video of Smash and Pass. I'm pretty sure the bunny Pokemon and Umbreon is up on your alley right there.
Yeah. But no, they are really nice looking Pokemon.
Very nice design. Very nice design.
Very nice design, yes.
Fun fact, my friend gave me a nickname, the Hunger King, because I ask a lot of questions about food. I always make them hungry because of my questions. Nice. This is a good question. This is a good question. The design really gives me the egg. What's that vibes? One also that. Oh, I want to make sure that's not a these nuts joke. Oh,
does that happen often?
Of course. It's the streamer thing. You know, every streamer has to watch out what they say off of chat, because who knows? It could be a these nuts joke.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out.
Let me.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Ooh, okay. Is Wingstop considered fast food?
I don't think so, because don't you have to like stop to get the wings? That you can't do it like a drive-through.
That's true. You can't. You usually have to walk in. I would say. Ooh,
It starts with a W.
I would have. A W?
Yeah, the fast food is called.
Does it have to start with a W?
No. Well, it doesn't have to, but the one I'm thinking about is the one that starts with a W.
Wendy's?
Wendy's nuts. So is he?
I'm just gonna.
No, come back! Come back!
I'm gonna leave the stream.
No!
I'm just leaving the stream.
No! This is what happens. This is what happens. I say too many things. I don't want to fool them. I don't want to be a normal Twitch user. Apologize. But no, the Emogana. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it's like a little squirrel Pokemon. It's like your color scheme
really
perfectly.
Cute.
Yeah, it's like
I was push his cheeks.
no, it's like an electric type, I think too. So like it's perfect for you. It's perfect. It's your design.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like that can go with my design so well. Very cute.
You should have a Pokemon squad with that.
That's what. I don't know. Maybe I should get into Pokemon just so I can have a Pokemon squad and
You
actually like
should.
talk about it and know what I'm talking about.
You
'Cause
should.
People are like,
so
"Oh my
cool.
god, do you like them for this attack and that attack?" And I'm gonna be like, "I just think they're cool."
I just think they're cool. There's been so many times that I just caught a Pokemon just because it looked cool. That's it. I never used him, but he uses in my squad for that. So yeah, definitely. You like play X and Y. I heard those
X and
ones are really
Y.
popular. Play X and Y.
Yeah, I've heard there are so many names. You got X and Y, you got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm like, I can't keep up with this.
Okay, give up this. Play. So my recommendation, if you want to start a new Pokemon game, play either X or Y, because they're technically the same game, just different variations. Because that's what you need to know about Pokemon is that whenever a new generation comes out, they always release 2 versions of the same game, but with different Pokemon on each game. So you have to buy another game to get all the Pokemon.
So it's just greed.
Yeah, it's greed.
just corporate greed.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
Okay.
Pokemon is probably one of the most greediest companies out there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I will try it because I am interested. Like the more people ask about it, I'm like, you know what? I just need to learn about it. You know.
Oh, I really should. You really should. I'm curious. Who's your favorite Looney Tunes character? That's a kind of random question. I've always been like a Daffy Duck kind of person. I always love Daffy Duck.
Trying to see, yeah. I just gotta go with Bugs. Like he's just so chill.
Bugs.
Like he does the craziest shit, and he's just chill.
Oh, he's amazing. I love him. He's so cool.
As a woman, he looks amazing. Like he cross dresses and and I'm like, why are you such a baddie?
Why are you baddie? Why are you baddie? No, Bugs Bunny. He does what he wants. He does what he wants. Hello, Presto.
I respect that.
Yeah, respect him. He's great. He's great. You have been noticed, Presto. You have been noticed. I trade with other players because cross-play between both versions. Exactly. But if you're like me, I don't really have a lot of friends who I can just trade Pokemon with. I need to do that because apparently the new Pokemon game that just came out, I have to trade. I don't have those like cool like items that just involves them anymore, like a link cable anymore. I actually have to trade out to get my favorite Pokemon. I can't do that anymore. So this is lame. I actually have to go find friends. How dare.
Friends,
Right?
yucky.
Yeah, in real life too. Like, come on, guys. You know I'm a Vtuber as well, so I cannot not do that, man. How dare.
Like if they don't have an anime profile picture, are they really friends?
Are they
you know?
really friends? Are they really friends? I love Computer Racer. Hey, look, it's a racer too. It looks like they want to face you off in a race. Hello.
I'm definitely gonna beat you.
Whoa,
not even a question.
Computer,
I'm a little cocky. I know, but you know,
it's gonna happen. It's
gotta
gonna
have
happen.
some confidence. Yeah.
Well, I do have another spin the wheel for you. This is from Presto Changeo, so we'll get this all set up for you. Another spin, another spin. Oh, well, hey, this is made for you. This question was literally made for you. Favorite anime?
Oh, I see.
And a little blush right there, a little blush.
All right. So, well, it's hard to say one anime. Like, I have anime depending on how I feel. Like, if I want to just kind of turn my brain off and have a really good time, I would say Solo Leveling.
Oh,
right? It doesn't
that's
have
controversial right there. Ooh.
I know it doesn't have the deepest story. I can understand that, right? But it's been it's been a long time since I had fun just watching something, right? Obviously, I think it's very awesome to like think deeply about anime and be like, oh my god, this anime like changed my life, right? But there are just times where I just kind of want to shut off my brain and just have a good time, and I feel like Solo Leveling was that for me. I was able to just relax, shut my brain off, and I had a good time. But if we're talking about like pop, like anime that really makes you think, Frieren is definitely up there because oh my god, why did the story have to be like that? Oh.
I love it. I love Frieren. I can't wait for season 2.
Can't wait. What's another one? I watch anime all the time, so the fact that I'm blanking right now, I am not. Maybe I don't like it as much as I think I do.
I'm gonna hold my judgment until I hear your next anime fan, because I'm really curious about something, but I'm gonna wait until I hear your next suggestion before I say it.
Oh, Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, that pulled on my heart straight. Like,
yeah, the ending though. The ending.
Oh, like every time I listen to the soundtrack, I'm just in tears. Like I can't do it. Get away! I can't do it.
Well, I gotta call you out a little bit because I can now know your age and how young you are, because all those animes is like the first like couple of years.
Am I getting arrested?
Yeah.
Am I going to jail?
They're coming to you. The anime police is coming to you right now. They're arresting for a minor over here.
Oh my god.
Nothing wrong with it. I love those anime. The anime is amazing. It's really good. It's just interesting because it seems like you're very new to the field.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm new. I've been into anime ever since I was like 14, right? Ever since I was in middle school, I've been into anime. But the thing is, I just naturally gravitate towards more mature anime. Like, I like anime. Like, I like flashy anime like Solo Leveling. I like super deep anime like Frieren. But sometimes I just want an anime where it's just two people that work an office job and they just want to chill and escape. I just like from a young age I've always gravitated towards like anime like that. Now obviously when I was younger, I don't try to deliberately watch explicit stuff, right?
Makes sense.
Like I watch explicit stuff now because I am of age, but I never tried to watch that type of stuff when I was younger. Though I will say Attack on Titan at a young age was kind of traumatizing.
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. All right, well then I'm gonna test you really quick. I'm gonna test you. What is the most oldest anime you watched back when you were 14? What was the anime you would love to watch back in the day?
It was between two anime. I genuinely don't remember which one I watched first. It was between not Solo Leveling. It was between SAO and Fairy Tail. Okay. I can't remember which one I watched first. I also did technically watch Astro Boy. Technically, that was considered like
the first ever.
Yeah. I was for some reason I had that in my house and I was a big fan of it. I don't know how it got there, but I can't remember. I look back on it, SAO, even though, oh my god, it hurts my heart because SAO's concept is genuinely very cool, but I'm like, there are just so many things in it that I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
Right? The only way I can watch it is if I'm watching the abridged version on YouTube. That's the only way I can watch it.
True though. I hear. Long past ruler, I guess. Yes. What's your opinion on Berserk?
I'm actually a very big fan of Berserk, but at the same time, when other people don't enjoy it, I genuinely don't blame them. I do think it is for a very specific audience, especially if women say that they don't enjoy it. I'm never gonna be like, well, you should give it a try and blah blah blah. I'm never gonna be like that, because there are just certain themes in there that I'm like, I understand not everyone can get it. And again, I have some gripes about the show, like the anime as well, but at the same time, it is one of those deep, like, well, I don't want to say like obviously there's technically the anime, like the 1997 one, and then we don't talk about the 2016 one. We don't talk about the 3D one. We don't talk about that one. Again, I think there are a lot of things that it does tackle correctly and very well, but there are some other things that I'm like, I can see why people might not like it. Like there are certain aspects that I'm just like maybe how they treat certain characters and all that type of stuff. So even though I think it's very deep and I like genuinely love it, I can understand why it's controversial. I can understand why not everyone likes it, and I will never blame certain people for not liking it.
True. I like that. Good answers. I like it. Yeah, SEO players unite. I like the concept, like you said. I like the concept. I just don't like the main character.
Yeah, like the most like plain bread, just nothing. And then you have like his cousin, and I'm like, bro, what is happening?
What's going on? What's happening, guys? What's this fantasy? What's this fantasy story you making up with you? This is weird. It's weird. Well, with that said, let's get to the next question. And don't worry, Robo, I'll definitely get into your thing pretty soon, right afterwards. We'll get to your spin first, but first we'll get in your spin afterwards. But first, what do you bring to the VTuber community to help you stand out?
Ooh,
no, this is a hard one. This is a hard one.
Okay. Now, I think, for me, I don't think as of right now I super duper stand out. Actually, no, I take that back. I think there's one thing that does make me stand out, is the fact that, like, as a content creator, I kind of know what I'm doing already, right? Because there are a lot of times when people jump into content creation, they're like, I have no idea how to do any of this or any of that or anything like that. For me, I think what makes me stand out is the fact that I knew what I wanted to do right out the gate, right? Because some people are like, oh, like, I thought you were already established. The way you act like you've been established, and it's like, or the way you present yourself, you're already established, right? Is because I kind of know what I'm doing already, right? Hey, you need to post shorts everywhere. You need to post on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all that type of stuff. Or you need to pump out YouTube videos. You need to do posts on Twitter to get engagement, all that type of stuff, right? So I think that's what makes me stand out, because a lot of times people fumble their first few months and then they start getting their footing. I already know what I wanted to do. But if we're talking in terms of like maybe like events or like things that I do, I don't think I necessarily stick out right now at the moment, but I have so many ideas that I want to do that I think will make me stick out, but I don't have the money, or I don't have certain materials, or I don't have the connections to do so. But my goal is to, over these next few months, create those connections or try to gain funding or whatever, so that I can execute on these ideas that I think will make me stand out.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because I think some of the people who already has a lot of those knowledge of how to be very successful, I think those people are going to be the ones that's going to climb a lot quicker than most other people. So I definitely agree on that kind of sense. So you do stand above everyone in that kind of sense. That might be one of the reasons why you've been climbing so quickly. It's because you already knew what you needed to do to be a lot of those kind of people. So that's why people have asked you, like, are you already established? Like, did you already like have a VTuber career before this, and then you just jump right into a new one, like some people do? So yeah, I can definitely see that as a good like way to like stand above a lot of other people. Not above, but like to like stand out from the crowd. Yeah. I think that's actually really good.
Right, because I'm not gonna act like I'm like the most talented person. I don't know how to sing, I don't know how to dance, and a lot of skills I do have, I can't really I can't do it in a way as a VTuber. Like I would have to be an IRL streamer to be able to execute on those ideas. So I'm not gonna say I'm the most talented or the most skilled, because I'm not. I'm really not. But I hope that over time, as I gain more resources, I could become good at those things. I can find singing classes, I can find dancing classes, and then I'll be able to take those skills and create amazing stuff. So amazing stuff that people can enjoy.
Agreed, 100%. And I think it's good to have that kind of information on you when it comes to you being a content creator. Would you give any like interesting, like, I know what's really popular to do nowadays is to have like a Vice content where people will like go on to like a clips, like TikToks and stuff like that, and make a Vice for other people to create it up. Have you ever thought about doing something like that?
Like a Sorry, my brain kind of short-circuited.
Like, okay, so like a good example, like because you're so familiar with how you want to start off as a content creator, have you ever thought about doing the really big thing that a lot of VTubers like to do, and a lot of content creators like to do, is they like to make a Vice or tips like content where you'd be like, hey, you ever wondered why your views are so low on this kind of thing? You ever thought about putting like tags into your like tags, or a certain amount of tags that fits with your content? Make sure you start off with like a transition to like make people a surprise. Start off with like a kind of like a hook. Make sure that you start off like, hey, did you hear what Microsoft said about their Xbox, you know? And then go into the content kind of stuff like that. You ever thought about doing a Vice, something like that?
Got it. Okay, now I get it. Okay. I don't think I ever want to. I don't like, if anyone asks me any questions about how I do things, I do not mind at all answering, but I don't think I want to like become like an advice channel or have an advice channel on the side. Now, it's very funny because I was actually planning on doing some like advice shorts, like the shorts where it's like, do you wonder how VTubers do? Like, I actually planned on doing some of those, but I don't want it to be a main part of my content. Because first, I'm just not interested in just being a teacher like that, and secondly, even if I had a certain amount of knowledge, because I don't have a big number next to my channel profile, a lot of people are gonna be like, well, why are you at 2,000 subscribers telling me how to be a good VTuber? Like, how long have you been doing this, you know? So even if I was giving advice, I feel like because I didn't hit a certain number, some people wouldn't take it. Now, maybe if I reframed it and was like, hey, I'm a new VTuber, and these are stuff that I learned as a new VTuber, maybe if I framed it like that, people would be more receptive. But if I was just doing general advice, I feel like people wouldn't take advice from me just because I haven't like proven myself yet. I haven't hit that big number, so why should people listen to me?
Which I can see your point of view, and it definitely makes sense. I feel like it doesn't matter how long you've been starting. If you have good advice that people want to hear, people will like it. And I feel like as long as you don't do what other people do, where they do advice streams where they're like, hey, here's my advice of being a good VTuber. Keep trying hard. Be creative.
Oh my God,
don't give up. You know, like, I hate those kind of advice. Those are the ones I hate the most, because like that doesn't really do anything for us.
It doesn't help, right? It's because the issue is never the motivation or their passion. It's just they don't know where to direct that towards, right? Like you could be an artist and you can have this immense passion for art, but if you don't know where to start, then you just have all this pent up passion for what? For nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think it like, and you can actually just insert it into your already content. There's a lot of content creators I have seen, VTubers as well, who start off as the advice giving content creators and then transition into more just like overall content. And there's also some people who make regular content and then put in like, hey, I make videos for a living, but you know what? I keep on getting asked this question, like, where do I get these like gifts, or where do I get my TTS kind of stuff like that? And then you're like, well, this is how I do mine. This is how I set up mine. These people have asked me that question. That way they are not saying that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you only have this many subscribers. They are just asking like, oh, okay, so you've been asked this question, so now you're just releasing the content based off of it, you know?
But yeah, no, I like, if anyone wants to know how I do anything, I do not mind at all giving advice. I'll tell you the artist I got my like model from. I'll tell you my rigger. I'll tell you where I got my overlays from. Like I'll tell people everything. I don't care, right? Because I feel like I want to facilitate that interest that people have in VTubing. And
True,
what's a better way to do it than to just tell them how you do it, right? Because a lot of times a lot of VTubers want to keep it like hush hush, and for bigger VTubers I can understand, right? Like if you are a bigger VTuber and you were telling everyone who like your artist was, the amount of people that would then flood that artist, and how would you get anything done? Like in those circumstances I completely understand, but since I'm a smaller VTuber I have nothing to hide. In terms of like how I do content, like I have nothing to hide. I'll tell everyone how to do it, right? And again, nothing is like a magic like bullet. It's not like nothing I say is ever like a guarantee you'll grow, right? It's just the things that I do personally.
Yep. Which I think is really good. Very respectful. Very good answers. Very good answers. Well, let's get to the next spin from Robo. Robo has been eager to ask you this question, so let's get another spin going for us. Let's see how it goes. Awesome, awesome. Very good answers, by the way. Very good answers. Very nice. Okay, the hardest question of them all. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Why?
See, only the hard-hitting questions on my show. Obviously.
This is not fair because my brother actually had a dog. And she was super cute and she was super adorable, right? But then he also decided to get a cat, 2 cats actually. One of the cats, she didn't want anything to do with anyone. Like she wanted to be left alone. But then the other cat was probably the most adorable, affectionate cat I have ever met in my entire life. Like I would pet her and she would just be the cutest little thing. And the amount of times that I'm like, can I have her? Can I have her as like even though I couldn't because our apartment charges people extra for pets, so I can't keep her. But I was like, oh my god, like so I don't know. I can't choose. This is not fair. I hate this question. Run away.
No, you gotta answer it no matter what. No, I'm joking. You don't have to answer. But
yeah, I love both. I love both.
Both are good answers. There's nothing wrong with having both. It's good answers. I'm more personally a cat person because I love dogs. Don't get me wrong, but dogs are always like super energetic. And sometimes when I come home from work, I just want to relax and chill. And the good thing about cats is that when you go sit down and chill, they just add extra chill to your chillness. They sit next to you or sit on you. You get to relax. The cat's adorable and stuff like that. While dogs, they need to go outside, go to the bathroom. You need to like walk them all a bunch of times. They're always super energetic. You know, I like dogs. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them, but I'm definitely more of a cat person.
I do agree with that. If I was to get a pet, it would probably be a cat, just so that it's easier to meet all their needs for sure.
True. 100%. Good answer. Awesome. Well, next question for you is that any projects or games you're looking forward to streaming?
So games, not necessarily. When it comes to games that I play, I'm just kind of all over the place because I have a hard time like sticking to one thing, right? Which I feel like I kind of have to work on because it's like there are some games out there that are just long and you're just gonna have to do long streams with the game, right? As with projects, I have so many like ideas that I want to do on stream and then turn them into YouTube videos. Like I've done like, for example, IRL cams before, so I've shown like my hands, like I have gloves to kind of match my aesthetic and everything, right? Like I've seen a lot of VTubers do like, I already did the Hot Ones challenge, which that was very fun, right? But I definitely want to do like more hand cam stuff. I've seen VTubers do Legos. I've seen VTubers do mechanical keyboards. I love mechanical keyboards. I've seen people do like more like food challenges. I eat every burger from every fast food joint, or I eat every fry or something like that. Like those types of projects I'm very excited about, and they're actually like within my budget, right? Because I have a lot of projects I want to do, but they're way outside of my budget. But those types of projects, if I actually like save up money, I can do that, and I think my community would have a lot of fun with that.
True. I think that'd be cool too to see. I would say that right off the bat though, Arby's has the best fries.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You heard me.
You said Arby's?
I said Arby's. Come at me, bro.
As an ARBY?
Yeah. Arby's.
Arby's?
Arby's. That curly fries? Nah.
Arby's shouldn't even be in the conversation
What do you mean?
all.
What do you mean?
They should not be in any conversation.
What
No
do you mean?
burgers, fries, nothing. They're an F. Like if there's a
F
tier
tier?
list, they're an F tier. Yes.
Ouch.
Arby's should not even be.
What? I love
I truly
Arby's.
think Arby's is money laundering because there's no way they're still in business.
What?
I said what I said. Yes.
What? I love Arby's. Arby's is delicious. Also, I don't eat fast food very often. I actually think fast food is disgusting. But I like the Arby's for their fries. It's getting spicy. I know, right? This is the most controversial take we've had on our show. The French fries.
Not McDonald's fries, not Wingstop fries, just Arby's. That's it.
Now-
Not even Sonic fries.
Now, Sonic is disgusting. Sorry, like that. This is a terrible place to eat. And I don't know why anyone eats there. I sometimes get the slushies, but like that's just flavored water. So it's not even that big a deal. I don't actually live anywhere close to a wing spot, but we do have like Buffalo Wild Wings, which I'm pretty much is the same thing, right? Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, pretty much the same thing.
They are
And
not on the same
McDonald's,
level.
McDonald's, I'm more of an In-N-Out guy than a McDonald's guy. So if I choose one, I'll rather get.
What are these takes? What are these takes? Who am I being interviewed by?
I'm not much of a fast food person, so the little food that I do have is like okay. I like the Sonic corn dog. Yeah, see, nothing wrong with Sonic corn dogs. It's not bad. It sounds like we need to do a tier list. We need to do a stream where we do tier lists on fast food like restaurants.
I think I've done that actually. I think that was actually one of my first streams when I first debuted.
Oh well,
was a
hey.
tier list on fast food.
Well, people's taste buds change as time goes on, so I think we should try something. We should do a tier list next time. We should do a tier list on our favorite types of fast foods. I will definitely argue with you. Arby's definitely up there with the S tiers.
You know how they advertise like their sandwiches and stuff, and then you get inside like the images of the meat in their sandwiches. Like obviously it's
That's
never
everywhere.
one-to-one.
Like all fast foods do that. That's
like, why
literally
is
what
their
they're known
meat
for.
Gray? Why is it
The
gray?
gray.
No meat?
Where are you
It should
getting
be-
your Arby's? Where are you getting your
I
Arby's?
see images of Arby's just on the internet, and a lot of their
You
meat
don't
is
look
just
at the
gray.
Arby's on the internet. That's not fair because everyone's going to show like disgusting things on the internet. It's the internet. They never show good things. You need to go to an Arby's and actually order a sandwich and then show me the sandwich. Because to be honest, I have seen some people order Arby's and like there's like no meat in it, which is disgusting, and you should get mad at them. But you shouldn't. Because I've been to a lot of different Arby's throughout like my 2 towns I've lived at. Which, by the way, I am living in a small town, so I'm pretty small on seeing too many things, you know. I don't live in like California or New York where there's abundance of a whole bunch of stuff. I live in pretty small towns, so I feel like the food quality is a little bit better in smaller towns because, you know, they're smaller. While like fast food places in like Los Angeles or New York, it's not gonna be the best qualities because they just deal with thousands upon thousands of people. So it's obviously they're gonna rush all the food out as quickly as possible. But I will say this though, Arby's, I think you have a bad rap on Arby's. I think you should try it. I think you'll like the French fries.
So if I do like an Arby's, I eat everything from the Arby's menu. And I should like at least most of the items on there.
I would say so. I always just get the meat and cheese. I can't remember what it's called because it's been a while since I've eaten at Arby's. But it was like the second option where you get a little bit more extra meat and then you put cheese on top, and then I'll put the Arby's sauce on top of that, and that usually is perfectly good for me. And then I have the curly fries. The curly fries are freaking to die for, and that's usually what I get.
I will say, if I had any item, I wouldn't be surprised if the curly fries were my favorite, because curly fries are just good.
They are
in
good,
general.
and no other fast food place has curly fries. They always have just regular fries. And to me, French fries I know there's not really any like good French fry places out there. I like In-N-Out French fries, but In-N-Out is like a completely different tier compared to other.
Again, McDonald's is standing right behind you. You.
McDonald's is disgusting. Obviously, you wouldn't eat there. That's like the lowest of the low. I'd say Burger King's a little bit lower than McDonald's.
Okay, I will say Burger King. Burger King has chicken fries though, and those are not bad.
True. I'll agree with you on that. I dated a girl who was from the Netherlands, and when she came out to visit me in America, one of the things we did is we checked out all the fast food places around, and we actually had our tier list when we were there. So I did have a good amount of fast food when she was here. Gained a lot of weight since we were here too. But I would definitely say that I still prefer RB fries over everything.
I'm gonna have to test that theory.
You should test it.
I'm gonna have to test that hypothesis.
It sounds like you need to try more Arby's. I'm not sponsored by Arby's, by the way. That'd be funny. By the way, I pull out like a giant, perfectly good like plate of like fries. Like, you should try Arby's. It's curly fries. It's on sale now.
Can you send that through the screen? Can I?
Open your mouth.
I thought this wasn't that type of show.
No, that's not what I was talking about. See how it is. People don't clean their hands in and out. Fight me. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't really eat at fast foods. I don't really like fast food in general because they're just extremely fattening. But
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You are better than me in that aspect. It's like when you become a streamer, it's like DoorDash.
I cannot afford DoorDash. What are you talking about? Jeez.
I can't afford it either. I don't know how I did.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I would definitely say that like DoorDashing is so much better. They add like an extra $20 to your meals whenever you DoorDash for something. So I definitely don't recommend doing DoorDash.
I stopped because I'm like I can't do it.
I do the normal normie thingy you can ever do. That is, I just learned how to cook and make my own meals.
You learn how to cook?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Take pans and pots and like
and boil water and like cut things.
How do you boil water without burning it? How do you do that?
Dude, it's hard. I trust you. Trust me. It took me many years, but you know what? It just all worked out when you turn 30. When you turn 30, this is all worked out.
Damn it! I got 10 more years.
Yo! Cooking is fun. I like it. Did you know that if you're over 20 years old, then you are vintage? No. No depression. 20 years old. No depression. We do not. Don't say that because I am not vintage.
I'm still with the youngins. I'm still with the young people.
And your 67 craze for no reason. So
that genuinely drives me up the wall because I'm what the fuck is 6'7"?
I don't know what it is. Mean? People, I'm hearing it while I walk into public now. I'm just hearing people say that. Yeah, what the frick is going on with the 6'7"? Yeah, I have no idea what it is. It's like, no, I don't know what it is either. Stop it.
So I remember my chat because even though my chat are adults because I prefer to have an adult chat, they were also all like 6'7". I was like, oh my god. I
think I like the 6'7" thing. I don't like it either. I don't know what it is, but it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not interesting. Stop it.
Like our jokes, like Gen Z and millennial jokes are way funnier. I don't know what these alpha kids are doing.
Yeah, I know what their kids. They're just on the tablets too much. They're on the tablets too much. You don't know. They know what they're doing. What is the longest anime character you have ever heard? Longest anime character.
Longest anime
character name you have ever heard. Name. Okay. Because I was gonna say longest anime character would probably be Luffy, right? Because he's stretches.
I was about to be like long in what aspects? Like
yeah. I think the longest anime character I've ever heard of is
Did you just make that up?
No, legit. Look it up. There's actually a character named Bobobo.
I don't even know how I would.
Just type in anime character named Bobobo. Just call him Bobobo, and you'll see a guy with a yellow afro, giant glasses on, pecs, and he fights people with nose hairs. Because you said that you are like into the anime craze. I promise you, there's some anime out there that you have not heard of. you new with the solo leveling. Like, this is my favorite. Like, oh no, honey, there is so much anime that you have not been introduced yet.
Well,
You are still in the.
I haven't seen a lot of anime because I wasn't even alive.
Exactly. I knew exactly when you were like, oh yeah, my favorite anime is solo leveling and free run. I was like, this lady doesn't know. This lady doesn't know.
Well, I like.
Doesn't know.
Like,
Doesn't know.
I watched some older anime, but it's just as I watch more anime, it just changes. You know.
Fist of the nose hairs. See, Nova knows.
I don't ever want to fight. I don't want to fight someone
You
who
should fight
uses their
them.
nose hairs. I
Well,
don't.
there's also a guy in that shoots people with his farts. Like, catches his farts and throws at people. There's also that character. He's in the same show.
I'm not gonna look that up. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm good.
Anime though. No, it's really good. Wait, what about the main character from Overlord? I don't remember his name. He has a pretty long one too, but I think Bobo is the best. 6'7" is close to 6'8", and that's close to 69. Is that the argument? Is that what makes it so funny? Because if that's the case, just say 6'9". I don't. Let's move on before our brains get scrambled.
Yeah, my brain was about to melt, so yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. This is actually one of my favorite questions to ask, and I would love to actually get your ideas on it because we mentioned it a little bit before stream, but let's talk about it during the stream. What's your thoughts that went into the design of your model? What's your favorite part about your model?
All right. So I did mention some things before stream. What I mentioned before stream is the fact that I designed my model in high school.
Wow.
And so,
Which was just a couple years ago.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm trying to remember the timeline. So the timeline was I designed it in junior, like 11th grade, and then I started putting like getting the model done and all that into motion in senior year. And then once I graduated, that's when I had like my model, and that's when I kind of went into things.
Makes sense. Okay, that's still pretty cool. I like that you had a design since your childhood and you're able to kind of develop it and make it go for it. So let's talk about your design a little bit and goes into it. So one, you have the cyberpunk design, the aesthetic, really cool. But why did you decide to do the black and white hair kind of stuff? The black and white, it actually came from my computer science class in high school, actually. So I had a project and we had to use like HTML because I used to code like HTML, like C++, all that type of stuff, right? And so we had to design like these menus, right? That was one of our final projects. And I decided to like look up like designs, colors, all that type of stuff. And so I learned that like black and yellow are the most like contrasting colors, right? Because some people think it would be like black and like white. Those are the most contrasting colors. No, it's black and yellow, right? If you were to pair black and yellow together, maybe red or blue and then orange and yellow, black and yellow will be the first thing your eye is drawn to, right? And so once I found that out, I'm like, ooh, let me see what I can do with that concept. I look at a lot of menus online that have like a black and yellow concept. I made the menu in my class and I ended up, it was like a competition. Whoever had like the best menu got like a treat or whatever. I got first place. Nice.
At first place. And so I actually kind of carry that knowledge into my design. Like because I guess this can kind of go back to like when I was talking about how I stuck out. I deliberately chose colors that would make me like stick out. Like actually, like if you put me in a row of VTubers, I would probably stick out purely due to my color palette and also my skin tone. Because let's be honest, there aren't a lot of darker skinned VTubers compared to more pale skinned VTubers. So you have this VTuber who has the most contrasting color palette, plus they have natural darker skin, and I just stick out like a sore thumb. Like
I've interviewed a good amount of darker skinned VTubers, and they've all been amazing people I've met, and they do have some of the most vibrant, awesomest color schemes and designs I've ever seen. Yeah.
Right. Also, just brown and yellow just go so like they go so well together just as a color palette. So I like, even though all the colors are very striking, they actually work very well together. So even though it's striking, it's not so much that it's like too much to look at.
True. What made you decide to go for the one eye show kind of style?
It just looked cool.
It just looked cool. You know, I love it.
Looked cool.
I love how like the previous answer you had like a legit like paragraph of like why you have it. You did some studies and some back in history from it, but then when the next question is just like, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah. No, a good amount of my model is just I have this whole paragraph, and then another part is just it looks cool. Right?
Yeah.
I just thought it looked cool. But I will say there are a lot of aspects in my model that I didn't even come up with. It was my artist, right? You see like these buttons and these spikes under the jacket. I didn't come up with that. My artist did, and I feel like it added so much to my model, right? And because for me, another thing I also considered were artists too, because I knew I was gonna commission artists to like draw my model so that I could just get myself out there, right? And so I wanted it to be complex enough where it's interesting, but not so complex that it can be like, it could be very overwhelming. Because there are a lot of VTuber designs that I see that are very beautiful, but as an artist, I wouldn't even know how to tackle them at all. So I feel like my model is a good mix of enough interesting details to be interesting, but not so much that it would be a headache for an artist. I took them into consideration as well.
Makes sense. I like that. That's really cool. Any significance on that tattoo that's on your shoulder?
Oh, that's also because I thought it was cool.
Of course. Because it's cool. As long as it's cool, guys, is all that matters. It's all that matters.
Right, and it also adds to that edge, because I want to give up like an edgy, like vibrant vibe, and I feel like that tattoo really adds to it, right? A lot of times people associate tattoos with edge and stuff like that, so I think it adds, like, obviously it's just cool, but it does add to the overall design and vibe of the model.
Very true. I agree. Do you have any fun emotes or toggles you'd like to show off?
Unfortunately, they're all just like face toggles. I have some in the works, but it's been a few months. They're still working on it, makes sense. Just gotta wait. But yeah, I can show you some of my toggles. I can tape off and on the jacket. I know, scandalous.
Revealing. Them shoulders, guys.
Please don't strike them down.
Yeah, don't strike me down, please. It's just shoulders, guys. Twitch is just shoulders.
It's just shoulders. Right, and then I have an angry toggle. I use this a lot because my chat pisses me off.
Curly fries. RB curly fries.
What was that?
Nothing.
You want to repeat that again?
You should have it. Eat it. And then come back to me and tell me how good it is.
I will. If I do try RB fries, I will message you in Discord and be like, I tried it and this is my opinion, and then I'll just disappear forever.
No, don't disappear forever. Oh, that's so sad. Good morning.
Right, and then like before, I have my blushing toggle because I do blush a lot. I have it's called empty, but it's like whenever someone says
like,
anything. What did you just say to me?
Yeah, it's like, I forgot what it was actually called, but it's like dismay or like
yeah,
dismissive or something like that. Yeah, it's just like
Right, and then I have my helmet toggle, which
is sick, guys. Did you check out her helmet toggle? It looks so cool. It also has the voice thing, right?
Yes. So every time I speak, you see like the yellow lines at the bottom.
You should have those like I mentioned it before. That you should have one of those like, it looks like one of those like cosplay like helmets from like anime conventions, but some of them have like dreadlocks in the back. I think you could do some dreadlocks.
I was thinking about it. Maybe. And then we have the heart.
Aww.
Love hearts, right? Maybe I pair it with the blushing whenever I say something sus. You know.
You've been saying sus things since I first started like talking to you.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. It's just it's just who I am as a person.
Which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just love how like when like guys, just letting you know, I'm sorry calling you out on this, but as soon as she like got onto VC and I was trying to understand like what she was saying and got her model on stage, she was like, "Oh shoot, I'm naked," right off the bat. Right off.
Sorry guys. Yeah. That's a joke. Whenever I take off my jacket, I'm like, "Oh, I'm naked." Oh god,
naked.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Naked. Sorry.
And that's when the whole like joke of like, it's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. I promise.
All right, and then finally we have the starry eyes.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm feeling particularly happy or bubbly. I use this one. I don't use it as much as I should.
You should use it when you're talking about something you really like.
Yeah, I need to. There are times where I just completely forget about my stream deck. I'm like, I spent $300 on this.
You should check out a VTuber named Blair Bear. Amazing VTuber, really great. She's amazing at pretty much having her hand always on the Steam Deck because she's transitions to her toggles like seamlessly, like super easy. She's been doing it for so many years. You should check her out because she does a great job.
That's what I want to start doing, but I just keep forgetting it's there. I probably need to put it like closer to me.
That's what I do. I have my hand right next to my mouth, so mine's really close. So whenever I need to clip something, I just have a button that clips it.
Yeah, definitely want to improve on that for sure.
Clipping is definitely something I would recommend everyone get really good at doing because you need to make it as easy as quickly as possible. So because like you probably know more than anyone is that you don't make any kind of like connections from just streaming alone. You need to make sure you're releasing your content on every single platform you can. So clips is the biggest thing you can use because you're already making the content.
Really don't know how to act around new people.
I want to subscribe.
Yeah, but that's also a really old subscribe thing. My subscribes are new now. So I actually have no idea what that subscribe came from. Unless that's from my YouTube. Sometimes I'll have my YouTube channel. Oh. That's weird. Anyway, enough of that. But the main thing I was trying to say, and that's actually a good example because you release your content online and people are more likely to subscribe to you and like your content from other platforms. But you can't do it unless you actually make the content. And when you're streaming, you're making the content. So you might as well have your finger on the clip button each and every single time. So when something funny happens or like you have very good like skit or something like that, you can hit that button. It clips the last 30 seconds of what you said. And then you can release that throughout all your social media.
I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like me making content, I'm actually very lazy.
You need to. You told us. You know what you need to do.
Well, the thing is, I have other people do it. I'm lazy.
You have other people? Dang, I see.
Right, but the thing is, I negotiated. So I either spent a long time looking for these people or negotiate with them, right? Because it is expensive to hire other people, but because I negotiate, like the amount that I pay for is not what a normal person would pay for because I've worked with them for a long time and I negotiate with them and I plan on using their services for a long time. So I'm like, I might as well just try to see if we can actually make it a thing. And for some, I'll use my thumbnail artist, for example. Like, I don't make my thumbnails. I have a thumbnail artist. But the thing is, because we are now like a pair, we now are just like a thing. Cool. I got like a major discount on my thumbnails, right?
Date your artist. Date your artist.
No, please, no. Right? I think the thumbnails used to cost $8. Now I get them for $5.
Nice, good deal. You know, I love that. The Vice. The Vice is fun. Dragon would like to spin the wheel, so we'll get another spin the wheel redeem for you.
Wheel time.
He also asked you, what's your favorite redeem?
My favorite redeem, like one of my redeems.
I think so.
So just one of my favorite redeems, if I forgot how many points it was. I think it's like 600. If I get if you redeem 600 points, it's an audio of me talking about people trying to stop people from fucking fridges. Yeah, that's a long history. let's just say my community can be a little rambunctious.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. They sound great. They sound great. Okay, well, favorite dumb or dad joke?
It used to be like 2020 vision, but it's 2025. I can't use it. I can't use 2020 vision. I can't use it anymore.
Well, wait, what's that joke? 2020 vision?
It's like, well, no, it's more like an idiom, I guess, than a joke. Honestly, it's literally just been all the jokes that are related to like my VTuber, right? Where it's like, it's like someone would be like I'm like going back and forth with someone, and someone will be like, well, you have no legs to stand on, and I'm like, yes, I do.
They're there. I promise you.
I do. They're there.
Let me just boot them up.
Not natural, but they're there.
Let me just charge them. They ran out of power. Let me charge them really quick, and I'll be right there. I'll be stepping over there. Just let me come in 1 second.
Oh my god.
Where's an outlet? I need a C-type cable. Where is it? You know. We do have a hydrate, so drink some water.
Yes. Or whenever people are like, whenever they just honestly, I know this is like jokes that I make, but I'm not like my community is better at coming up with like dad jokes than I am. I just say like random shit and I just get views on like TikTok or something. Or another one where it's like they would just ask me just out of the blue, like, hey, where do you plug in your USB? And I'm like, why are you asking that?
Oh yeah.
And then they'll just have the smirk emoji, and I'm like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. Don't worry about it.
You don't need to. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. I like it. All right. Fact, you are both living legends. You both make me smile. Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Living legends. That's crazy. We're living legends. Living legends. That's interesting. But yeah, no. Watch where you plug her in. Say that. Watch out for that. Watch out.
Yeah, be very careful.
You don't want to overcharge her.
Yeah. I'll have too much energy, and then I'll have to exert it somehow.
I know, right?
That wasn't supposed to be, and you.
Ayo.
I meant like I would have to like drop kick you because there's too many.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what she meant. Well, anyway, sending good vibes, all the good vibes, best vibes. Anyway, next question for you. So, what's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment? The community, not the community.
Oh boy. So obviously the VTubing community has its ups and downs. I will say there are some people that will overly criticize the VTubing community, even though in other communities, like, let's not act like drama doesn't happen in the IRL community or POG community. I don't know what they call themselves. PogChamp community. I don't know. Like, those are like different streaming communities. I don't know.
I didn't know that was a community. Pog?
I didn't know either. Like, for me, I'm not saying people shouldn't be able to criticize the VTubing community. I think there are a lot of things in the VTubing community we can do better, right? But I feel like some people act like certain things only happen in the VTubing community when it happens in every community because we're human beings, and there's always going to be shitty ones. There's always going to be egotistical ones and mean ones. Like, we're all human beings. There's always going to be those that are just weird and all that type of stuff, right? But I do think in the VTubing community there are some particular issues that we have to deal with more just due to the nature of it, right? Like, unfortunately, we deal with weirdos a lot more. And when I say weirdos, I mean people that are VTubers and people that watch VTubers, right? Like the amount of people that think VTubing is like a dating site, I know it's very strange. It's very strange. Like, we're here to make content and make connections with friends. Why are you trying to date everybody, right? And I think that is because whenever you represent yourself with like an avatar instead of your actual self, and let's be honest, like a lot of people are like average looking. That's not a bad thing, by the way. That's just a fact, right? But a lot of times in the VTubing community, we have all these super pretty models. And so a lot of people have like that cognitive dissonance where it's like, oh, this person is actually the super pretty model, even though that's not what they look like in real life. But they'll kind of like connect the two, all that type of stuff. So that's very weird that some VTubers do that. Again, not saying this doesn't happen in other communities, but I feel like due to the culture of VTubing, that type of behavior is exemplified because of like everyone being anonymous and everyone using avatars to represent ourselves, right?
True.
Another thing is the fact that the amount of times that VTubers just don't know how to communicate with one another, because I feel like a lot of the dramas that we go through in the VTubing community, obviously there are some that are very serious, and I'm not talking about those ones at all, right? I am talking about ones where it's like, it's kind of like an anime, funnily enough, where it's like a lot of like romance anime, for example, a lot of the conflict is just purely miscommunication, right? And so I feel like that reflects a lot in the VTubing community, right? There are just some conflict that I'm like, y'all could have just resolved this like adults in the DMs. You didn't have to make a whole Google Doc. You didn't have to do that, right? And so I feel like a lot of VTubers need to learn how to communicate with one another, but I also think it's because of the specific types of people that VTubing attracts. And because and the reason I know this is because I'm one of these types of people. I'm very like introverted, right? I'm very introverted. I keep to myself. Whenever I was in school, I didn't have many friends, all that type of stuff. And so a lot of those types of people are in the VTubing community. A lot of people, or they might have depression, they might have anxiety, and they keep to themselves. And so unfortunately, we have a lot of people in the community that because of certain conditions or because of people's personalities, we have a hard time communicating with one another. And I understand how hard it is, right? Every time I try to confront someone, I get like that nervous feeling in my body, right? It's very hard. It's not easy at all. But at the end of the day, we're adults. We need to be able to communicate. We need to be able to be functional humans in society and communicate to one another, right? Again, it's okay not to be friends. It's okay to like have conflict and all that type of stuff. But instead of confronting it in private, you have to bring it out in public and make it everyone's problem. Like, we shouldn't be doing that. We need to be better with that.
Yep.
For sure.
Definitely recommend. And that's a really good professional way of thinking about that. And I definitely agree that 100%. Definitely agree. The VTuber community likes to bring the dirty laundry out in the open, which is something that does not need to be done. And like you mentioned before, this is not unknown for just other communities to do that. But the VTuber community is a melting pot of a lot of different communities all mixed together. So a lot of the bad eggs get mixed in with the same kind of pot. So you do see a lot of people doing some really nasty things, including bringing out that dirty laundry out in public, which they really don't need to do. But also they have that idol culture kind of style things. And streamers have been dealing with parasocial relationships where like you feel really bad with having the like a subscriber who keeps subscribing to you and keep giving you money, but they also like you and they feel like you are like have to like them back because they give you so much money. And that's a really common thing that's going on in the VTuber space and the streaming space in general. So it's always kind of like nasty to think about. But as long as you stay with your values and reach out to your friends for advice and help whenever you need it, I think you will always be able to like take the higher road in those kind of regards.
100% agree. 100%, right? With the whole like people thinking like dating stuff, I always made my boundaries very clear, because the amount of times I like, just purely through observation, the amount of times I've seen VTubers not set boundaries of any kind, and then that ends up screwing them over in the end. I was like, you know what, I see it, I see what's happening, I'm not gonna follow in those steps, right? Being analytical, paying attention to what's happening, right? I think again that's one of my biggest strengths. So with my community, I think I did this like a few months ago where I'm like, hey, right, I need y'all to understand at the end of the day I am just an entertainer. At the end of the day I am a streamer, right? Because I've had instances where people try to be flirtatious with me and all that type of stuff, and for me it's very hard too, because I like personality wise am flirtatious, not as in like I'm always trying to get with someone, but I'm just a naturally flirtatious person. And so whenever people see people like me that are naturally like that, they automatically assume, oh, she likes to be around and she likes to flirt and all that type of stuff. I'm like, just because I'm naturally flirtatious does not mean that gives you permission to just come into my DMs and say certain things, right? So even with my own community, I'm like, hey, I need you to understand I am a person, I am an entertainer. I do not mind certain jokes, but once we are off stream, do not DM me personally, not on my Twitter, not on my Discord, none of that type of stuff, right? Because at the end of the day, there needs to be that separation, right? I don't even want people thinking that they can like date me or whatever fantasy they have in their head, right? I think so I made sure to set those boundaries from the very beginning, and if I need to enforce them again, I will. And I think that's something that a lot of VTubers have a hard time. And I understand that example you gave where it's like you have someone donating you money, but then they feel like they're obligated to certain things because they donated you money. I'm like, if I had someone like that, I would just tell them, hey, I appreciate you donating money, but if you expect me to do certain things because you donate money, I need you to think again. So it's either you can keep donating money but act right, or stop donating money and move somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, with my finances in particular, I always try to do things in my budget. So if people stop donating a certain amount, that doesn't put me in a bad spot. I always try to be conservative with that type of thing. So it's like, so I'll be like, hey, I'm not gonna just go down ship just because you stop giving me a sub every month. I need you to understand that. So either change your behavior or leave my community. Always been strict with that.
True. Boundaries are very important. Agreed. It's good to always have those rules in place right off the bat so that people don't get confused. People are still going to try and do that because it's the communities and like the people you will attract. But as long as you stay strong with your morals and your beliefs, you'll be fine. Big. All right, next question. Who are some VTubers you would love to collab with or work with, small or big?
Ooh. So when it comes to VTubers, actually is very attracted to indie VTubers. This does not mean I don't like any corpo VTubers, but a lot of the VTubers I like are indie, and I think it kind of makes sense because I'm an indie VTuber myself, and it makes sense to look up towards people that reflect what you want to be in the future. And so for me, that's a lot of indie VTubers. Now, with a lot of indie VTubers, this one's a weird question for me because it's like there are a lot of indie VTubers that if they just hit me up, I'd be like, shit, let's go, let's get ready, right? But at the same time, I don't ever want to feel like I'm obligated to that once I get to a certain status, right? Like just because I hit 100,000, a million subscribers, oh, that means that you have to hang out with me, right? And all that type of stuff. But if this is just like a very natural course of action, if I was to work with like a big indie VTuber, it'd probably be Bao
is really great
because I feel like her humor and my humor go very well together, right? And I feel like that's very important, is having your personalities go together, and I feel like hers and mine would go very well. Also, very kind person, and we need more kind people in the community. I think she's very sweet and very kind, and she speaks out when bad things are happening, and I can get behind someone like that.
Agreed. Same here. I definitely think Bao is a really good influence too. He's very funny, very hilarious, makes amazing content, but also just kind of respectful. Very cool. Awesome. I could see you and Bao work really well with each other. I think you guys will hit it off pretty well. Definitely. Really nice.
One day
you'll notice me. One day you'll notice me. What is some behind the scenes part of VTubing that most people don't realize?
So it's a deal then.
Man, when I started streaming, the amount of things that, like, even though I had things planned, I always knew that I couldn't plan things to the minute detail, because there's always going to be something that hits you on the side of the head that you're like, that you didn't expect, right? So for me personally, I think one thing, a lot of like, I know a lot of VTubers say this, but some people just don't take it as advice until they really get hit with it, is like, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, content creation's the easiest job, like, you just, and it's like you're talking about haters, but you're like working the easiest job. Who cares about haters, right? But like, having people, like, if you're ever in a situation where people are like dogpiling you because of something, or maybe it's happening in your chat, like, it does affect you mentally, like, whether you like it or not, it does affect you mentally. And so you need to be able to have safeguards and procedures on what you do when that type of stuff happens, right? So for me personally, every time I feel overwhelmed or I feel like certain people are against me and stuff, I take a break from streaming. Maybe it's like a week or so. I like take a bath, I eat snacks, I read. Like, I have those things that help me cope when those types of situations happen. So I would suggest that if you are in a situation like that, find ways to healthily cope with that, because a lot of times VTubers that don't, or just streamers in general that don't have those, like, the amount of people that like crash out, the amount of people that go wild and they start saying stupid shit on their Twitter because they feel a certain type of way, instead of stepping back and doing certain things that they need to do to calm themselves down or to make themselves feel better. I think that is very important. I feel like managing your emotions in the face of a mob or in the face of criticism, it's very important to have those things in mind, like have those procedures in mind, so that you know how to handle things correctly. Because the amount of times I've seen people ruin their careers, not necessarily because they did anything bad, but because they responded to something poorly, is insane, right? People just need to have better ways to cope with things like that.
100%. You need to make sure that, like, you are taking mental health breaks. You know, you're not burning out. A lot of people think that they have to stream every single second of the day to be seen something. That's not ever how you're supposed to do. Some people stream maybe 2 hours a week and they actually still get to climb just fine. Because the only thing that you really need as a content creator is to just be consistent with your time, take mental health breaks, and be creative with your work. You know, that's pretty much all you have to do.
I agree. That's really all it takes, right? For me, I'm definitely a streamer that prefers to have shorter but more impactful streams, because every time I stream longer than 4 hours, I can feel my energy like drain out of my body. And I want every piece of the VOD, like every piece of the stream, to be entertaining, right? So I prefer much shorter 3-4 hour streams that are just like a gut punch of just fun and laughter, rather than like an 8-hour stream where I have to like watch a reaction video to like regain my energy.
True. You always have to watch out for those things. So yeah, make sure you guys take your breaks. Take breaks. Make sure you always take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, guys. Take care of yourself. Awesome. Next question for you is that where would you like to see your content creation journey go in the future?
Oh my god. So this is the plan, right? So my plan for me, I'm planning on doing what everyone else is doing, release shorts, release YouTube videos. Once I get to a certain point where content creation is giving me a good chunk of money, I want to transition into making bigger projects, right? Like I was saying, doing IRL streams where I can like afford like food so that we can do more fun tier lists. I have art projects that I want to get done, but I need to talk to artists to get those done. I want to like learn how to sing and stuff so I can do covers and stuff, because I've actually listened to some VTubers going over what it takes to make a cover, and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money. You have to get the art for it, you have to make sure someone composes it, and then you have someone who needs to mix it. Like that can be thousands upon thousands of dollars, right? So I want to have a solid foundation now, so that when I pursue any creative things, it won't like put me in a bad situation. So I just hope that I can go from just being in my bedroom and just playing video games to like doing some really cool stuff and inspiring other people to do cool stuff.
Agreed. 100%. I like that kind of way of mindset. You should have that guy in the mindset. I love to see you keep on growing. You're doing a great job. You're doing an amazing job for just being here for a very short amount of time. And I love your attitude and the way you see things. Definitely need to get the more content out there. Definitely need to work with that. Definitely get that clip buttons. Make sure you have a way to easily put a clip button on there and be able to do that. So that's the only advice I would give you for that. But other than that, you should be climbing up pretty quickly. You should be doing a really good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep going how I'm going. Really.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work you do. Keep up the good work you do. Also, hello, Project. Thank you for the follow. It's great to see you. I know this is such a fun thing. Such a fun thing. I love doing this. And viewers can tell if your streamer energy is down. They can't. Viewers can tell. 100%.
Yes.
And then also, hello, Card Skin. What's up, homie? What's up, bro? What's up, homie G Dog?
Home slice.
Is that what the cool kids say nowadays? Is that what the cool kids say?
I have no idea.
I'm still trying to find out what the cool kids say. Still learning.
I think it's like it's 6, 7, and skibbity and
the skibbity. Are you guys feeling skibbity today? You guys been skibbity?
My brain is melting. It's melting.
What's up? Hi, Dip. It's great to see you too. Cool. Well, hey, let's wrap it up with one final question of the night. Are you ready for the final question?
I'm ready.
Cool. I'm all ears. Now, I love this question. I asked this question to every single person who's been on my show, and they all come out with really amazing answers. And you have been doing an amazing job already answering this kind of stuff already. But if you want to just briefly sum up all the things you've already been saying, or want to say something completely new, you totally welcome to do that. The question is, do you have any advice you'd like to share to inspiring VTubers or your fans watching today? Oof, I know. Last question is always a hard-hitting question.
I would say figure out what you truly want to do in life and then figure out strategically how you can get there, because that's what I'm trying to do, right? Because it's very interesting, and oh my god, I get to tell my backstory, right?
Do it.
So whenever I was a kid, I've talked about how I've always wanted to do content creation, and the reason why I've always gravitated towards content creation is because of its creativity, right? It felt like creativity without limits, right? Because even in certain industries that value art, like the animation industry and stuff like that, you're still like have to talk to a boss, you still have to deal with coworkers, you don't get to draw exactly whatever you want or do whatever you want because you have to serve the corporation or whatever, right? I've always been attracted to VTubing because it felt like creativity without limits. You could literally do anything you ever wanted to do, right? If you wanted to play video games, if you wanted to roleplay, if you wanted to do music, if you wanted to do anything, you could do that, right? But then growing up, I soon was like, oh, I have to be an adult soon, right? Once I get into high school, I'm like, oh, I have to be an adult soon and actually like get a job. Wait, what do you mean? You have to, you want to do art for a living. You just want to be in your bedroom and you just want to do silly drawings. You can't do that. You have to be an adult. And so I started taking the computer science class and like robotics class because I'm like, oh, okay, I actually need to get serious and be an adult. And so I was planning on going into computer science, degree, right? But then it was a whole combination of things, right? Because near the end of like high school, because even though I was like considered a gifted kid, right? I was considered a gifted kid, but once you get to a certain part in education, you're like, oh, you're actually not that gifted. You're actually not that special. You actually have to study and put in effort to get the grades that you want and stuff like that. And then also a combination of depression as well. And so near the end of high school, I just didn't have any motivation to like keep going into education, right? Because I actually had a very miserable time in high school, even though I got decent grades. And so I actually had, once I left high school and was going to college, I actually had like a breakdown. like a mental breakdown, because I was like, I'm like, I don't want to work for a corporation. I don't want to code for Microsoft. I don't want to code for Google. I don't want to do all this. And I felt like a failure, and I felt like I had nothing. I felt like I had nothing, right? And so at the same time, right, because right now the job market, for example, is very bad, right? 2020 was kind of in a, when it started, right, it really got bad in like 2023, 2024, 2025, right? But that's kind of when it started and all that type of stuff. And so I was stuck in this dead-end job because I was actually working a job while also going to school. And so I had a mental breakdown. I dropped out of college, right? And so now I'm in my bedroom, still living with my mom, right? Because I'm not going to a college campus or anything, right? I'm with my mom. I have a dead-end job. I'm not going to college. I'm a failure, right? I'm a failure. And so, but again, like I told you, I created a VTuber concept in high school as well. And so around that time, I just so happened that my model was finished. And so feeling like a failure, feeling like I have nothing to lose, having a dead-end job that doesn't pay the best, I was like, you know what? Let me just try this VTubing thing. Let's see what happens, right? And I tried it. I started March 17th, and now I'm here, right? I had nothing, and so I just decided to pursue my dreams. And now, even though I'm not quite there yet, I feel like I'm making great progress. But again, I was strategic about it, right? I didn't go in willy-nilly. I had a plan. I'm posting clips. I'm posting shorts. I'm in the middle of switching YouTube editors right now so that I can put more content out consistently, right? If you truly want to pursue your dream, there is always a tactical way to do so, right? You will be able to do it. You gotta be smart about it though, right? Maybe you do, like, let's say you're an artist, maybe you have to do art on the side while you're working your job, and then once you get to a certain point that you're popular enough on social media, you could then slowly transfer over to art being where you make most of your income, right? There's always a way to do the things you want to do in a smart way, right? If you ever want to accomplish anything, there's a way to do it in a deliberate and strategic way without putting yourself in a worse situation, right? Because a lot of people feel like, oh, you can only be an artist or you can only be a musician if you have a lot of money, and if you have all these people backing you. It's like, no, you can be these things and come from rock bottom like I did, but you have to be smart about it, right? Because I do think there are a lot of people that give the advice, oh, just follow your dreams, but like we talked about, we don't like that advice that's just, oh, follow your dreams, just do it, just do it, you know, right? Because I'm like, that doesn't really guide you anywhere. I would be like, hey, do the thing you want to do in life, because you only get one life, but make sure you're smart about it, right? If it's for the long con, it's gonna be for the long con. If you can find a way to shorten that path and get you to success sooner, do it. Whatever you can, pursue what you can, but be smart about it. If I gave that, that would be the advice I give to VTubers.
Nice. Good advice. Good advice. You guys, and I like your backstory. So sorry all that kind of stuff happened. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. We're in a better place now.
Better place now. I like to hear that. Well, keep up the great place. You do a great job. Again, like I said, just make sure you get those clips up. Because I did just check out your YouTube channel, which freaking shocked me for the intro song I just brought out. That was funny. But you do have some really good clips. I do want to see more of it. I did see your Smash It Pass, which I'm definitely going to be checking out after this. It'd be really cool to see. But yeah, I just keep up the good work you do. Keep on doing it. But also, one more advice for you, because I think you need to definitely do it, that eventually, you're new at this, and you're yes. starting out, and you are very well versed in the content creation sphere, but every single VTuber from I have interviewed has all experienced this same thing. That is that as soon as they feel the burnout part, they usually either continue doing what they're doing and it just gets worse and worse, and they usually stop and graduate, or they flip and do something completely different and they try something else, something new. And that's what I definitely recommend you doing, is that eventually when you get to that part in your content creation career where you are going to feel stagnant, like you don't feel like you're growing, you don't feel like you're doing anything, you need to realize that and flip it and try something completely different. Try something that's interesting, something that's a variety, something that's unique and different. And I think you will be able to do a really good job when you do that, okay?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's the hardest part is like identifying when you're like in a slump, because maybe you're like, okay, maybe if I release this content, then I'll get out of it, and then nothing happens, and then it's like, okay, maybe next week, right? But no, identifying when you're in that slump is hard for me. I actually identified the fact that I was in a slump as of recently, but it took a minute. It took a minute for me to realize that, and now I'm changing certain things about my content, right? I'm switching YouTube editors so that I can so that my YouTube videos are more attractive, more explosive, right? I'm switching how my shorts are done so that they're more eye-catching, all that type of stuff, right? But it does take time, and it is hard to identify when you're in it. But once you're in it, you got to figure out how to get out of it.
True. 100%. Well, hey, just make sure as content creators, you know when that is, and you know when you get out of it, and know what you need to do. And the main thing I always tell people is, don't forget to have fun. Just have fun. Like that's the biggest thing, is that there's a lot of work and a lot of things that goes into content creation, and it could be like its own job in some ways. But you need to realize that you are just having fun, and this is a job that you can have a lot of fun with. And I feel like as soon as you stop having fun, that's when the game starts to become more like a job. And you need to realize that you got into this because you enjoy content creation. You enjoy doing this kind of stuff. So always forget that don't ever forget that you are in this to have fun. And when things start being fun, you need to change it back to having fun. That's what I was saying.
Got it. It'll always be fun. There are times where it's hard, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like I get to play video games. Like, what more fun can you have? You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Right. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me come on your show. I super duper appreciate it. Right. And helping me get myself out there.
Yeah, no problem. More than happy to have you. Thank you for answering all my questions. That was a freaking blast. I had a great time hanging out with you. You had really good advice. You had some really funny innuendos, some AO moments. Definitely. And I just like seeing your mindset of how everything is, especially on someone who's a lot younger, who's just started. It's nice to get that point of view. Really nice.
Thank you.
Now, before we leave, we do have one last spin from Dragon. Let's get another spin going for it. One more spin. So let's see. What is Dragon's spin going to be? It's going to be... Oh, this is a fun one. I don't know if you do this with your community, but do you host any community nights with your fans?
Absolutely. I actually have movie nights. I started as like a few weeks ago, I think. So... maybe spoilers, because I see some people from my community in chat, so some spoilers. I think I'm probably gonna do like the movie this week is probably gonna be Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh,
because
classic,
we gotta celebrate the Halloween season, and then after that we've been watching the live action Sonic movies, and next week we're gonna be on the third one, so we're gonna be on the last one, right? Nice. So those are the community nights that I hold, but hopefully I can get some gaming nights as well, because a lot of my community has been asking for those. So I'm just trying to figure out how to properly set them up, right? But once I get that set up, I definitely want to do like Grab Game, Among Us, like all that fun stuff that we can do just within our community.
100%. And definitely do some research on some of those community nights games, because definitely don't do a lot of the Jackbox ones. Don't recommend. Watch out with those.
I'll keep that in mind.
There's a reason why they don't do that as community nights.
Got it.
Thank you for the Hydrate Aquas. Thank you so much for all the questions. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was an amazing job to hang out with you guys. I love seeing you guys. Where can people find you, by the way?
Right. You can find me on Twitch, JVT. You can find me on Twitter, JVT. You can find me on YouTube, JVT. I also have JVods and JClips as well. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram's the only one where it's J_VT, because I don't know who has my name. I don't know who has it. I want it. And then on TikTok, I recently had to redo my TikTok because I think I got shadow banned. I don't know why. So I am now.
It happens a lot in TikTok. TikTok, you usually have to make a new account quite often.
it sucks. But I am right now. My account is JVT5, and then hopefully I can get my original username back, and then it'll be JVT. But right now my new TikTok is JVT5, so that's where you can find me.
Go check her out. Go check her out, guys. Up and Rising Star is going to be speeding through the finish line today, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of her content. Awesome to see. Definitely go check her out. I also like to give all my first ever like raid suggestions to my guest here. So anyone you would like us to raid?
Ooh, let's see. I gotta pull up my Twitch. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me
take your time. Take your time. Yeah, no, like
I met some amazing people in the community.
There's a lot of amazing people in the community. 100%.
Oh, one of my friends is live. His name is Babukai. Bobukai. Babukai. Hold on, let me put that. Here we go. Babukai. He's very nice. He was I think he's one of the first people that I like rated. He wasn't the first one, but he's one of the first few, and he was very nice, very kind. He greeted my community very well, and he's just a cool person. And
I've
actually collabed with him before.
I love his colors. The colors are really cool. Really awesome. Awesome. Well, let's go give him a nice little raid. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys are all freaking amazing as always. Love seeing you guys. And we will be checking out this lovely, also amazing VTuber over here who's dying a lot in split fiction, but he's probably true gamer, right?
Alright, thank you guys so much.
It's great to see you guys. Oh, don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. See you guys later. I will see you guys later in the week. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
So it's a deal then.